Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mayfly Disc Golf. Disc golf made by amateurs for amateurs. I'm Andrew, here again with Mr. Randy May.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here.
So we'll be doing some coverage of the Wild Horse Park course in Mustang, Oklahoma. But first, we'd like to obviously introduce our sponsor for today's video, Blue Point Discs.
Yeah, Blue Point Disc. They sponsor us, and go see Sean, go see Sarah, talk to them. They've got a lot of nice products in there. Really good disc. I like their selection that they have in there. Sean's really knowledgeable about discs and can help you out and pick out some discs. So go check them out.
Go.
All right, featuring on this card, we have Nick.
Jace
We also have Jace Jackson.
J-A-C-E and then J-A-C-K-S.
Sam Gosden.
Sam Gosden.
Gosdin.
And Mr. Tanner Kirk.
Okay, name and
And hole one's going to be a shorty, 192 feet, par 3. Basket's just there, left of that tree that you can see.
I'm throwing machete.
Yeah, and throughout this round, you're going to see we're going to post the most all of the discs that they're throwing, so that you guys can kind of see what they're using. And these guys just contacted me and said, "Hey, will you come shoot our round?" And I said, "That's what we do." So here goes Sam off the tee of one.
Yeah. So far, the players seem to have picked sort of overstable power driver and going with the forehand.
Yeah, Sam kind of released a little bit early on that.
Yep, just a tad. Looks like Tanner's going with putter. Little turnover shot. Leaving it just a bit short, but still have somewhat of a look at the basket to get him within par range.
Yeah. That was a nice bid.
Wow. Great bid, yeah.
Yeah, these guys
Really
were really
accurate.
good. Solid players, man. I had a fun time watching them play.
Mm-hmm. You know, I kind of like the play of going left of the basket, since you've got just kind of a better look from that left-hand side rather than going right and then possibly getting blocked by that tree that's next to the basket itself. It feels safer, but luckily the guys here are going to get tapped in for pars. And that's a great start to the round.
Yeah. So next we have hole 2 coming up, par 3,
Hopefully the only time that
267
I slow
feet,
you
not what
down.
that sign says. A lot of guardian trees here. You can get with this. I
Thunderbird.
use a roller on this. You can use a big hyzer, but they're throwing a line kind of through the trees and really successful, Andrew.
Yeah. And that's definitely a good play. Shortens up the drive. I think when they initially had made this course, they were anticipating people to go
Invictus.
around the tree line. So going with a bit of a power driver, Invictus throw.
Yeah, he kind of got caught up there.
throwing an eagle.
Caught up in the tree line. That's one tough thing, is trying to throw it over these trees. You got to get it high enough in order to get the disc to fly over and around. Great shot with the eagle there.
Yeah.
MVP resistor.
It looks like Tanner's going to be going for kind of the same play here.
Yeah, with his MVP resistor.
A lot of spin, a lot of
you can
torque.
tell throughout this video that they've played this course. They know it pretty darn well.
Yeah. Good forehand approach
Yeah,
again.
Jace
just
got caught up again.
yeah, just a bit. And then just leaving it short for the par putt, but he'll
There's a
tap in
birdie
for
look.
bogey.
Just low.
Just a bit low. Hits the pole. Another birdie look here.
He was looking for the bottom of the basket on that one, but
Yeah. Also just a bit short, but was a great
See
push
what
for Sam.
Nick can do here.
Man, all these guys are putting very, very well, very accurate, just a bit low. But, that's what happens at the beginning of the round.
Absolutely.
And then again, just some quick par tap-ins. One bogey. But not too bad for the hole 2. So now we're looking at hole 3. It's another par 3, 240 feet. You've got a long look here through a bunch of trees. There's a bunch of different shots that you can play, turnovers, forehand. So we'll kind of see what the card goes with here. But first, we've got Nick. Looks like he's going to be forehanding his destroyer. Big forehand. See if he can beat the tree line. And he does.
Yeah, you can notice, Andrew, it was pretty cloudy that day. There was a storm trying to come in. Did get a few sprinkles around hole 4 or 5, but kind of hurt the quality of the video not having a bright sunny day. But
Yeah.
Leapin' Lazadl.
A little hex throw. Just kind of low on the line. Honestly, that was kind of on line, just a bit low out of the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Going with the turnover with the Valkyrie. It's a nice throw. Long of the basket, probably.
Yeah, so Tanner's got quite an upshot to do here.
Mm-hmm.
He was running it.
Great run. He puts a lot of spin on his discs. I like that. It really gives his disc a lot of loft. Just a bit high.
Mm-hmm.
Long look for the par here.
I think he was just wanting to kind of not get too far from the basket with that disc when he threw it up
Yeah.
there and just kind of not lose another stroke.
Yeah. Bit high for Nick's birdie look. We'll see if Jace can card a birdie as well. Just a bit off. Tanner's par, but looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate the professionalism with these guys. It seems like, they're very, very much, you putt in, I'll wait for you to finish, and appreciate that, they're playing this round as if, they were at an event or at a flex start or even at a pro
Right.
tour. So,
There's your scores. Hole 4, par 3, 281 feet. I like this. I think this is a fun shot to try to come up with something that can either come around the left side or the right side of the basket and kind of get up in there.
yeah. Throwing a rock here. I'm guessing he's going for kind of just down the middle. Actually looked really good. Just a bit left of the basket, I believe. Another hex throw from Tanner. He's got this on a really, really good line.
Yeah.
Just needs to drop a bit.
A little bit long.
Long. Yeah, long in the basket.
What?
TL3.
Jace will throw this TL3 quite a bit during the round.
And I can understand why. That's parked. Beautiful throw.
Beautiful.
Just perfect amount of precision. Gave it the right amount of turnover. I mean, that was great.
Let's see what Sam's got on this.
Going high, right.
Not bad.
Great throw there. Yeah. Almost looked like that might have been a zone, some sort of approach disc, but that was perfect. Just kind of muscled it. Good
Yeah, you can
bid
see
for
the
birdie
raindrop there on my lens.
Yeah. Oh man.
Hmm.
All these putts, they're so good, so clean. They're just all just a bit short.
Oh,
Just a bit off as well.
there's a birdie.
There's your birdie. Great birdie from Tanner. And a great birdie from Jace, too. I mean, absolutely parking the hole. That was quite impressive. Very, very good line. Very solid throw with that TL3. So moving on to hole 5 here. It's par 3,
I wish I had a
291
library of
feet.
these.
You've got a long look. Lots of trees here in the way. I know in the past I've thrown sort of just a big hyzer over the treetop. It's a very guarded basket. You actually want to get on the other side of those trees that you can see. So most players are going to either try shoot for left or right of this basket.
Jace off the tee here. Kind of got caught up.
Yeah,
I'm throwing the
that's going to
DD
leave
one.
him a long look for an approach.
Hey, you guys shout out at us and let us know if you like us putting the disc up there. It's a lot of extra work, but and the players kind of have to make sure and tell me before they throw it what it is because I can't keep up with it. But it's kind of cool to just see what they're throwing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That tree spit
was-
that thing out.
Yeah, it did. You know, it was on a great line. It just got a little bit of lift and kind of pushed itself up into the trees.
And I was
throw
talking to
here.
Sam before the round. He has not been playing that long. He's kind of newer to the game than these guys, so he's actually doing pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's nice too when you've got friends that, you know, play on a regular basis and you're just starting off as a beginner. You have
They
people
actually
kind of
played
keep
a
you
round.
accountable.
I think they played Delisi before this and came over there and played this. And then when I left, they were going to play another round again. So there were 3 rounds in one day.
Well, no wonder Sam's great.
Yeah,
Wow, what a putt.
nice.
That was a great putt from Nick. Oh, man. Just hitting basket, just a bit low. I wonder if the wind was maybe playing a bit of a factor here with the guys putting.
Boom. That was
Nice putt there from Jace.
I don't know. I can miss a 8-foot putt pretty easily sometimes. It's just,
Oh,
it's like,
Oh.
how did that happen? Hole
Yeah.
6, par 3, 247 feet. This one is just full of guardian trees. I throw a roller again on this one when I can if the weather and the wind permits, but you know, you can crash something big over the trees down into there and try to sneak it in.
yeah. There is also a line for a forehand, which I think we're going to see from Jace. Gonna have to keep it really low. Yeah, this is perfect.
That's tree kick.
Great. That's exactly what you're looking for. There's a small opening to the left-hand side, and if you can keep it low enough and keep that nose angle down, you've got a great look here. Looks like that. Oh, wow. What a
Skip
bad
shot.
tree reaction.
Mhm.
That was looking really good, getting that extra little bit of skip. Disc Mini Instinct, one of my favorite discs here. A little tomahawk throw.
Yeah.
That's actually a great play, honestly. I mean, you've got enough airspace and you've got enough opening to really get that tomahawk to kind of turn over and get into position. Just a little bit of angle on the disc. Just putting it a bit high.
Those trees are not forgiving. They will reach out and snag your disc and throw it on the ground. You can see a little bit of a rain
Yeah,
sprinkles coming down there.
it's got this long look for the birdie. Very good bid. Just a bit left. Great
That
bid
was-
as well.
Yeah, that was a nice throw.
Tanner with the birdie.
Yeah,
Excellent.
great job, Tanner. Yeah, back-to-back
Very nice birdie
birdies,
for Chase.
Andrew.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, this one's a tricky one. You kind of have to sneak the disc in. You know, I think, you know, big hyzer over the top, or even the tomahawk is a great throw. Man,
AD, man, all day with Sam, just kind of leaving a little bit short. And
bit short. And that's tough. You know, once you kind of get on one of those trains of just kind of getting down. But hole 7 here, it's par 3, 234 feet. We've got this tree line off to the right here, and then the baskets just kind of see it tucked on the right of all those trees. So see a lot of guys, I'm thinking they're just going to kind of power a forehand through the opening here and get a little bit of skip off the ground.
now, one of these guys uses a line through the right side that I really didn't know was there. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got it. It's a very, very slim gap there off to the right. So that's pretty tough to try and, I mean, you've really got to be accurate with your throw, but that's a great line.
Yeah. Nick does the same thing. Look at that. Parks.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Since I mean, I've always thrown forehands on this just because that's always been my forte. I've always stuck with a forehand at Wild Horse on this hole.
Yeah, but you have a nice forehand, and for somebody like me that doesn't, and predominantly a backhand player.
Yeah. Good bid for Jace on the birdie.
Mhm.
Tanner almost cards another birdie. You know, that's one thing about this course is that, you know, all the trees and stuff that come into play. A great birdie there for Nick. It's just that, you know, all these trees really mess with, you know, the angle of your throw and the accuracy that you have. And so it's tough. You have to be very specific with your lines, and you have to really anticipate that either you're going to get the skip that you need, or you need to throw it high enough or long enough that, you know, you're going to have the airspace. So
Coming up on hole 8, par 3, 229 feet. This is kind of a short one, but again, guarded. But watch these guys. They'll throw some pretty nice lines through here and show you how it's done.
yeah, I feel like, again, this one, you can obviously see kind of a line there. Perfect for the forehand to get the skip and everything. Yeah, tree smack that one down.
Yeah.
That's these trees. I mean, they'll grab disc. I can tell you that from experience. They are not friendly trees.
Nope. That was a great line.
Absolutely
Okay,
parked.
Toro.
Going for some
You thrown
overstability
a Toro
here.
before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of Toros actually. Very, very nice line. Maybe just a little bit overstable, so it'll leave him sort of a long putt there for the birdie, but that was a great line. This is looking like it's going to go high. Forehand. And again, just getting caught in those trees. Yeah, like I was saying, you know, the trees are, the way that these trees are branched and everything, they don't let disc get through. They're going to immediately smack them down, and that's where your lie is going to be. So,
See that Stuber?
yep, very nice. Yeah, if you're playing this course, make sure that, you know, this is a great course to actually practice, you know, keeping your lines and your drives and everything low.
Mm-hmm.
Great bid for Nick to card that birdie. See if Tanner can card his.
A little high.
Just a bit high. Yeah. It's tough. No,
This is
the wind
another
rate
hole
and
I
everything.
get with a roller. It's just,
Yeah. Roller, on this course specifically, rollers are actually not a bad idea.
Especially on the front nine.
Yeah. Well, Jace with another another really good birdie, and just throwing really well. So hole 9, it's going to be 296 feet. It's par 3. Got some nice open airspace here.
See the basket.
You can work on your big hyzer or just laser some distance drivers out there. Basket is just tucked behind that tree there. It's maybe, I want to say about, Randy, would you say it's like 40 feet past that tree in the
Probably
fairway?
so.
Yeah, it's not much. And I feel like this is a really solid play. What Jace has done here, take a disc, kind of throw it wide and flat, and then just anticipate the skip. This course is really well maintained, and so like you can always count on your disc getting a little bit of skip and a little bit of love.
Mm-hmm.
Nice throw with the Undertaker here too.
Yeah.
Throwing a hex.
Nick has a real smooth throw. Well, they all do, but Nick in
Mhm.
particular, he really has a nice smooth throw.
Yeah.
That flipped up
Very nice throw. Yeah. And that hex is just kind of keep holding. Looks like it might have gotten just touched by the tree a bit. Maybe fell out a bit, but nice and wide. Maybe a little bit left. But
Yeah,
luckily, I
pushed it.
think, again, it got clipped by that tree, so that actually might have saved him a bit of distance. Looks like most of these guys are going to have long looks at a birdie here.
Yeah,
Bam!
this is all of them have a good look for bird.
That was a great throw from Sam. Just a perfectly on line. Perfect. What a putt, man.
You know that had to feel good after kind of missing some of those other short ones and
Oh, yeah.
throw that in like that.
Yeah. Especially after hitting low a couple of times, just hitting hard of the chains and everything. It's got to feel good.
So we got 3 birdies out of this one.
Yeah, that's great. So Nick, Sam, and Tanner carding the birdies.
Okay, so we have hole 10. Sign says 240 feet. This is over a hill, kind of down in a grouping of trees, kind of where that little arrow is pointing. You can kind of barely see the basket there. This is the last of the shorter holes that you're going to see on this back 9.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a bit of elevation and then drop here. So really, I mean, it's tough because you don't want to power something and then go way far of the basket, way past the basket. So I feel like most of these guys are actually throwing some pretty great shots. I was thinking we'd see a lot more mid-ranges thrown here.
Yeah.
Looks like that was maybe just a bit high, but the trees might help crash that and put it near the basket.
Yeah, I think it went long, but we'll see. Now Jace is,
From that TL3.
yeah.
Gave it a little bit of Anheuser, so you might have a pretty decent look here.
Nice.
Very nice putt. Clean
Was
out of
that
the
Nick?
hand.
I think that was Nick, yeah.
I believe that was Nick. And we're looking at Jace here, I think putting for his birdie as well. Just leaving it short and left, or short and right, sorry.
Another nice birdie there. Way to go, Sam. Sam's starting to feel it now.
Yeah.
He's got his groove going.
And Tanner just kind of leaving it a bit nose up, so I think he got a little bit more loft out of the disc than
Yeah,
he
Nick's
wanted.
down 4 through 10, man.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are putting together a really nice round. So hole 11 here, it's 389 feet. The rest of these are going to be kind of longer, more open fairways. So I think we'll get to see some nice big shots from the group.
No doubt.
This one's a bit downhill, so you've got a little bit of downwards elevation to kind of, play with. But I think most of these guys have got a good arm and they'll get the distance.
Yeah.
Throwing a photon here. Letting that flip up to flat. It's looking really good, actually.
And he overthrew
Incredible.
that basket.
Yeah. Very, very good.
Oh, one of my favorite discs, Andrew. You know I love the Hades.
Hades is a great one. We'll have to put quite a bit of hyzer on this.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, perfect. Flipped up. Should have enough loft to kind of let it crash back down.
Yeah, he
Another
throws
photon.
a photon quite a bit. Tanner does.
Yeah. It's a great distance driver. It kind of fits this perfect slot of, just the right amount of turnover.
That was too much of a turnover there, but
just a bit too much. Yeah. It looks like that one got just turned over as well. Just didn't get its full flight. They'll have some kind of longer approaches, but luckily this is pretty open fairway. Sam's got a longer bid than I think I was expecting.
Yeah, and he kind of put his muscles in that one and kind of threw it past the basket.
Okay. Long putt for the par then. Man. Great throw from Tanner. Almost putting it in.
Yeah, see how far he went past the basket.
Oh, yeah. He's going to have a long return putt. Oh, nice approach. At least he's right there by the basket for the bogey. Yeah, after this hole, there's not a lot of the more wooded. It gets a lot more open, so the wind is going to definitely play a factor for the players here. So
yeah, and the wind wasn't bad this day, so.
Oh, that's good.
Hole 12, par 4, par 5 coming up here. And let these guys finish out. There it is. The sign says 5, UDIS says 4. In a tournament, there's OB on left, OB on right, but with it not being a tournament, just throw it how you can out there and see if you can get it close to the basket. And I think they were playing this as a par 4.
Yeah. Par 4 makes more sense to me. With it only being 500, a little over 500 feet, it's not a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like most players, if you can hit that 350 range, you have a fairly short look for an approach. I mean, you're almost even able to card an eagle if you can really, really get the distance on it. So looks like
he's trying to hit a dog. No, he's not. We kind of hollered at the guy. And I think the disc are attracted to these dogs because here goes another one right towards the dogs. And the guy's just standing there. I'd be getting my dogs out of the way.
Yeah. He had a lot of confidence that those dogs wouldn't get hit.
I'd hate to make one of those German Shepherds mad.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go again. The guy probably thought that we were trying to hit him and his dogs with the disc. But, that's something, Andrew, that you got to really pay attention to when you're out throwing discs in a park. Is, on the sidewalks where people are walking and people are out walking their dogs out in the fields and people don't really know what you're doing. Sometimes they don't know what disc golf is. So they might be out in the middle of the field kicking a soccer ball with one of their kids or something. So it'd be tragic to hit somebody with a disc, that you've thrown, 50, 60 miles an hour out of your hand.
Yeah. Yeah, if you ever want to know what that looks like, just look up Eagle McMahon. Just this year had one of the worst hits of all time.
That guy got
Hitting the
stitches, man.
cameraman. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he got. I'm surprised he just got away with a concussion and some stitches. It looked rough. So kind
Well,
of back to the.
I think we're gonna have to start wearing helmets in disc golf.
Yeah, maybe so. Or at least if you're shooting video and stuff, then yeah. So most of the guys here actually had some pretty nice approaches, maybe just leaving them a bit long.
There's another
But-
birdie. Yeah.
Couple of birdies from the card, and yeah, that hole's pretty straightforward. So hole 13, it's a par 3 for 412 feet. You've got this nice open fairway, and then the disc is tucked into that tree line there, so you can see the disc is just a bit guarded. If you've got the distance and you've got the arm, you can try and power something through and, just try and keep it nice and flat. So maybe even anticipating a skip. Cloudbreaker is going to be a great disc for this.
Yeah, you're gonna start seeing a lot more high speed disc now through the back part of this back nine. And
Yeah. Great throw there. Honestly, that was a very, very nice throw. Nice forehand destroyer. Nice form too. Looks like that's just going to maybe be a bit short.
another photon.
I think kind of a more, if it's not terribly windy, I feel like a little bit more of an understable disc like that is going to play well. Get the full flight out of the disc and let it kind of get over.
Yeah, so Jace is throwing a turn here, and I like turns, and
Yeah.
I think they've got a lot of glide, and but you amateurs that are watching this and see these guys bomb these holes, if you don't have the arm for it, don't go out and buy a 12-speed disc or 11-speed. Throw something that's not
Start
as
off with like
fast
a
and something more compatible with your arm speed. You'll have better control. You'll actually throw it further because it just won't hyzer out on you and fade out on you or something. So
Mhm. Yeah, it's definitely a progression. Speed numbers, if you're unaware, it's not just about how fast the disc is, it's also about how hard you have to throw that disc in order to get the full flight.
yeah, remember
So-
that Zeus I found and I tried to throw it. And I was like, I can't even throw this. And then I gave it to you. You threw it for a while, but
Yeah, I threw it for a bit, but even for me at that time, it was just a little too much of a high speed.
Too
So,
beefy.
yeah.
okay. Hole 14, par 3, 413 feet, wide open. I mean, this is just one of those you want to gun it. But again, you want to try to not overthrow something and then get it too far away where you can't birdie this hole or par it. So,
Yeah. I feel like the mistake that a lot of people make on open fairways like this is putting the disc either too far right or too far left. If you can get a full flight out of a disc and keep it nice and straight for the most part, then you're going to have a much better look, a much easier look to carding a birdie, or just putting yourself in better position.
and for an average player, amateur, a par on this is a good score on this hole.
Yeah, I mean, 400 feet, that's a good bit of distance. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, pros, yeah, they can throw 400 feet, but they're also professionals. It's a totally different ball game, playing at the amateur level for sure.
Let's see what Jace does on this. There you go. Oh, it
That's a great throw. Yeah, just leaving it a bit right.
kind of faded out
think-
on him.
Yeah, just didn't get that full flight. And I think that's what's tough is anticipating, you want to keep it low enough that the wind's not going to mess with the disc too much. Just a bit far right for the approach there with Sam. Tanner also leaving it a bit far right.
And maybe I'm mistaken now that there's a little bit more wind out here than I was saying earlier out in this open part.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, especially when you get out to this more open field here, the wind becomes a much greater factor. So you really have to kind of anticipate what your disc is going to do in that wind. So I think part of the problem for these guys is throwing their drives off the tee, is that if there's a crosswind, then the disc is going to get pushed more one way or another.
Yeah.
Same with the approaches too. I think that might have happened with Sam and Tanner's approaches. Just got pushed a little bit too far to the right, just because the wind's pushing it that direction.
And if you guys are hearing a little dog bark in the background, 6 months ago we got new puppies, and so they're still kind of trying to learn how to be quiet during a disc golf vlog. So yeah, Nick's down 5 right now.
Yeah, and these are great scores from the card. I mean, moving on to hole 15 here. This is one of the longer ones. Again, it's a par 4. It's 529 feet. Again, open fairway. But yeah, I mean, once you get to this back part of the course and get to this back 9, the longer throws and the wind factor and everything definitely can kind of gain or lose strokes for you. So
there's a little nose up.
Just a bit. I think
it was in the air a long time. I kind of missed it. I don't know where it went.
Yeah.
So Sam's throwing a nuke.
Powers it. Gives it a nice bit of hyzer too.
Photon again.
Yeah.
I was going to predict that.
Yeah, I definitely think we're seeing a trend of them throwing their, more distance drivers here. So
yeah, Andrew, I love this course. I go play it a lot just because I like the front 9 challenge, and then the back 9, getting to sling some throws, and it's a lot of fun. Like you said, it's well kept up, and it's just it's nice course.
yeah, it's a beauty and very, very well maintained. It's Mustang area. They definitely keep this disc golf course and this park in general just very, very well kept. Yeah, I think if you're wanting a good variety of different disc golf, between wooded and then getting to have these more open shots like this, it's a perfect course. You really get to test your mettle with all different types of throws, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So just kind of powering an approach there. That's going to leave him well left of the basket. He'll have a long putt. And looks like Jace is also just going to be left of that basket. So looks like we might be
see
seeing
the
some
wind on his shirt. You can see that it's kind of blowing and
starting
going.
to pick up. Yeah. With that storm coming in.
Yeah, I was going to film them the week before, but we had a big storm and rain. So this day was kind of a hit or miss, kind of like a call like an hour before to say, can we do it or not? And kind of looked at the weather map, and it was iffy, but we chanced it.
Yeah. Well, seems like a good day. I mean, definitely the wind becomes a factor on this back 9, but I think the front 9, I mean, these guys did really well throughout the front 9. And they're doing really well here on the back 9 too. It's just, definitely
it's a challenge.
It's a challenge. Yeah, absolutely. Nice, powerful putt there from Nick.
Ooh.
Almost chained out there, but that was
Yeah.
nice and safe. All right. Even pars for the card. And that's good on this hole. It's a long one. I mean, over 500 feet. It's hard to beat.
Hole 16, of course, par 3, 282 feet. This is an interesting hole because you know, the basket, you'll see it coming up here back behind that tree there. It's really kind of tucked back in there pretty good. So you've got to throw, I think, a pretty big hyzer out around those trees to get to that.
I agree. I think that's what we're going to mainly be seeing out of the card here too. Definitely want to give yourself enough height. And that's the tree to beat right there.
Yeah.
If you don't put it far right enough, that tree just immediately slaps down your disc, and then you've got a long approach. So you have to leave it very, very well right.
Yeah,
it's weird. This honestly it's one of the tougher holes on this course. I think it's just because of how specific the throw has to be in order to get the birdie. Because it's not a lot of distance. I mean, 280 feet, it's not, totally it's not totally impossible to get the birdie. It's just such a specific line. And actually, it looks
I
like
think
that
how
throw
you
just
line
got-
up on the tee pad is really critical.
Yeah,
You don't want to line up straight towards that basket. You want to be lining up to the right so that your throw is getting out off that tee to get around those trees.
I agree. Absolutely. And as you can see, I mean, even just where their drives got hit down by the tree, I mean, it still puts you within 70, 80 feet of the basket. So you can still try to take a long look for a birdie, but that's a long look.
Yeah. There's a lot of good videos out there you can watch on how to use the tee pad and line up on certain ways to do certain shots. And it's a valuable thing to learn in disc golf.
Yeah.
It's just not line up straight and throw. Just not always working. Yeah, Nick should have got that one, but
Yeah, tough putt for Nick. That was very tough. Looks like the card's just going to tap in for the pars. Not too bad.
there's a birdie.
So Sam, oh wow. So Sam did put that close. I thought I saw him put it close and I just wasn't sure. Hole 17, it's par 3, 267 feet. You can see you've got trees kind of lining the fairway here, and then the basket just tucked slightly behind the tree there, past it about 10 feet or so.
Now, Andrew, you've birdied this quite a few times with a forehand.
Yes, yeah. Forehand just seems to be the easiest play here. Yeah, see, that's going to be perfect. Pretty much parked, 20-foot putt. Very, very easy. I think you can throw sort of turnover or forced turnover, or even throwing something under stable. With the hex, absolutely perfect for Tanner.
Man, that is a crush.
That was awesome. That was killer. Just the perfect amount of power just to kind of get it flipped and keep it drifting that right. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was trying to coordinate with Nick to come in and do commentary with us, or just with you. And we had kind of talked back and forth, but you and I kind of decided at the last moment, let's get this done. So I'm going to try to shoot these guys again and get him in to do some commentary with us.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of fun. Okay, he's going to do another scuba shot.
Almost put enough power behind it. Almost turned the roller.
It does. It landed really nice.
And Nick absolutely powered this PD. I mean, he put this well past the basket, folks. Another birdie for Sam.
Yeah.
Or for Jace. I'm so sorry. And probably one of the best looking hex throws I've seen
in a long time.
in a long time.
That was amazing.
That was great. So well executed. So well executed.
Hole 18, our final hole at 342 feet. Just another big throw in a big fairway with just a few guardian trees. But This should be a pretty easy get for these guys. I think maybe a few birdies. Let's give
Yep.
our hole 18 high fives. Let's do this.
And, big shout out to Nick, Jay, Sam, and Tanner. Thank you guys for letting us shoot you around. And we really appreciate you guys reaching out to us and getting this done. It's been a lot of fun, and we look forward to shooting more rounds with you all.
Yeah, when I shot the Smoking Pig Open,
Mhm.
the guy that won the tournament, I can't even remember his name now, but is a friend of Nick's and told Nick, "Hey, call Randy, he'll come video you." And
That's awesome.
So that's kind of how we got hooked up. So yeah, you guys contact me. I want to come and shoot you around and put it up on YouTube, and let's show off some Oklahoma disc golf players and courses and have
Absolutely.
some fun. Now, Andrew, it's starting to get hot here. I don't know. This may slow down a little bit with the heat, but I'm going to do my best to try to get out there in this 90 to 100 degree weather and film some disc golf.
Yeah, we'll do what we can. So a lot of variety of shots here, backhand and forehand. I think forehand is definitely the cleanest play here. Just getting a little bit of skip off the ground and putting yourself within that putting range. But we'll see if these guys can execute these birdie putts. And just a bit short for Sam. Still a great bid, hitting the basket. Birdie bid for Tanner. Excellent putting.
Yeah.
Tanner's putting's been on, man.
Yeah.
He's had some really, really nice putts today. Another birdie bid for Jace. See if he can card another. Just a bit short. Oh,
man,
Chase.
just
Out. God, that's such a bummer.
Oh, Nick scores so good. He doesn't need that birdie.
I know, but still, it's nice to end hole 18,
Mm-hmm.
Man. Really, some solid disc golf from the whole card. Just fantastic. I mean, these guys played the course really well. They really know their lines. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys again for letting us shoot that. It was a blast.
Yeah, leave a like, subscribe, leave us a comment, and we hope to see you out on the course somewhere. Peace out.
See you.